Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with reviews of The Killer, Lord of the Rings, and Only Murders in the Building, starting now.
Some of the boys think you are a legend.
Contract was clear. She should be dead. You just betrayed the most dangerous man in Paris.
Why did you save the girl? Are you trying to do something good for a change?
Easy question, not so easy answer.
But I've been having swings.
If you want to live, come with me. So you're a good cop then?
And you are an assassin?
How many times did I make them know? Why they wanna this rock kill my flow?
I'm always good at what I do.
Oh, wow. Okay. These guys right here, David and Patrick, what did you think of The Killer, a remake of John Woo's famous classic? Patrick?
I was unable to see this one.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Sorry,
right.
I apologize. I ran out of time.
Yeah, David, what did you think?
Boy, I loved it. I did not see the original version, but I thought this was fantastic. Again, there was a little bit. I love that one line, and I'm so glad we showed it in the trailer. You know, it was like the Terminator line that got you. So that was kind of fun. But no, I thought this was really well done. The actor from the French con man thief show that we saw on Netflix, Lupin, I thought it was great to see him. He's a wonderful actor. I love his accent. But a great shoot 'em up. Yeah, that's my accents. That's as much multi-language as I'll get.
Oh, Lord.
Loved it. I loved this. This was a lot of fun. What about you, Pam?
You know, Miss Sandy cut her hair and now she's shooting up everybody. No, I thought it was okay. It did have the classic John Woo signatures, the doves flying, the somebody, you know, with two guns twirling and shooting somebody, kind of, you know, but seeing the original, you know, it's hard to find to see on streaming. And so I would like to see the original to see how this one fares, but John Woo did both. So it's interesting that he went with two Black characters for this remake. I was happy about that. But overall, I thought it was okay. I thought it was great Saturday afternoon popcorn flick.
Yeah.
I think they were right to release it on Peacock. I don't think it's like ready for the theater to have to pay $20 to see. I would be mad, but it was enjoyable. And there's a lot of kind of shoot 'em ups and gore and some language and drug use, you know. So I don't know if it's for kids, but
good, clean, all-American fun.
Yeah.
Great insight.
Yeah, very, very French people. So very kind of nod to Paris this year with everything happening with the Olympics and everything. So I think it's something that people could enjoy. So check out The Killer. All right, next up is we got a bunch of sequels and remakes this week. That's Hollywood. So next up is The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Let's check it out.
An evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
He worms his way inside your mind.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
In choosing to wear those rings, You have all become his collaborators.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me, but I believe it is guiding me.
Every soul in Middle-earth is in peril.
You are wise to fear these rings. In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Ooh, well, we're gonna get our resident Tolkien expert in his own words. What he thinks of the Rings of Power season 2.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about this for a few minutes after watching them because, okay, several things I've got issues with and several things that weren't that bad. The thing is, with all of these, is they are working from very sparse material. They're working from the appendix and the Lord and the Return of the King. They're not even working with the Silmarillion, but they hint at things in the Silmarillion, which was the precursors, basically the beginning of the Earth up to the end of Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is like a little teeny tiny chapter in this whole book, so there's a lot of stuff in there. But the fall of Numenor, which is basically what they're doing, is in the end of the Return of the King. Okay, I've got a few issues. First off, again, we have Galadriel being this badass warrior queen. And she is way older than Gil-galad by a lot. She is like the only elf in Middle-earth to see the light of the trees. So she should be able to do whatever the hell she wants. And actually, funny story, she is actually Elrond's mother-in-law. Eventually. She has not married anybody by this point, had given birth to the girl that's going to marry Elrond, who you see going about and doing his thing. All of a sudden he's a crafter elf, But the Noldor were always known to be students of Auli, who is the god of forging, or the Valar, as they call them. There's a lot of stuff going on that I don't hate it as much as I did the first season.
Yeah,
I got problems.
Okay.
I'm trying to really just suspend my...
And just separate it.
Well, I will not do that because they're taking, it says Tolkien's Rings of Power on the front of it. So it is Tolkien's work that they are playing loose and fast with, for lack of a better word, on some of the stuff. No, it's not. They are, and it's okay to a certain extent. There's a lot of wide open spaces that they could do things with, and some of the stuff I didn't see anything really notated or indicated or even hinted at in any of the books, like the female dwarfs being able to sing the stones to whatever they were doing, and I was just like, so they got magic powers too? They didn't have any magic powers in any of the Lord of the Rings. None of the dwarves did. The dwarves their thing was they were craftsmen. They built things, and they forged things and did stonemasonry, and this is their thing. They weren't magicians. The only people that were really magic were the elves to a certain extent, and obviously the Istari, the wizards. So there was some stuff going on there. Like I said, I don't hate it, but we'll see how they keep going. There's a lot of stuff they can still mess up quite well. They kind of hinted at new. I had issues, super big issues. My biggest issue was like in the first 30 minutes of the first episode when the orcs kill Sauron. GTFO, man, come on. This is a guy who just spreads terror. He was the Wolfheim that guarded the fortress of Angband. He was Morgoth's number 2. He was the most powerful of the Valar, the evil Dark Lord. And this guy's his number 2. So he's probably at least Valar level, or at least low level Valar. And these lowly orcs are killing him. Shut up. Get out of here. That was
Nothing. Shut up. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I don't know where it came from. Come on. Whatever.
Yeah,
make a
but
ball
then
rock.
he turned into the Blob, and that was cool. Going around being all blob-like. I thought that was pretty cool.
Sauron would never have taken that.
Crunch.
Sauron was Morgoth, and they would never have taken that. And Sauron and Morgoth both didn't get into battle except at the very most extreme need, which, Sauron lost his ring to Isildur, who you get to see a lot in these episodes early. you know, because he's a flawed character in later in Lord of the Rings, and and you see Elendil, who doesn't come off very well in this. I would say for being the mythical king from the sea, you know, that you get in Lord of the Rings. So I'm not sure how they're going to work that in, you know, because he's got another brother, Anorian, who will be, which I think they may have shown him in the first season. I'm trying to remember, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's some things that I just don't feel are very true to it. But overall, I mean, there's room to work with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Much more than these other ones. So I mean, anytime I can get back to Middle Earth, I'm cool with it to a certain extent. Yeah. Except for the last movie of the Hobbit, which I've never even seen because the second one was so bad. I was like, deuces, I'm out, and I'm not paying you any more money, Peter Jackson. Not going to reward that kind of behavior. So if you're listening, Peter, you can send me an email, and I'll be glad to answer it for you, what my problems were, and how much time you've got.
Well, I like them.
Okay,
but I'm gonna tell you one scene. I'm gonna do the bad first, and then I'll talk about the good. When that woman slapped the queen, I was like, bitch, what? How you gonna just run up on a queen and slap? I'm sick of black women having to take this shit from people. I don't like it, and I'm not with it. So they almost.
She didn't see it coming, though.
She didn't.
I'm sorry?
She didn't see it coming, though.
I was like, how did she not get run through with a staff or something? I'd have been a Middle Earth Jerry Springer up there, because WWF, because I'd have beat the holy brakes off that chick, let me tell you. And then that Faison, what's his name?
Farazan.
Farazan.
And then the bird
Future king.
coming in and choosing him, or did the bird choose him? I was kind of like, damn, a black woman can't even keep a job without some dude trying to take it. I was like, that's some BS. But okay, so that was my complaint. Just looking at it from a modern perspective. But I actually like the singing dwarfs. I thought that was a really beautiful scene. Just itself was really, really lovely. To hear them, you know, trying to coax the earth to give them some light. Something about that scene was really beautiful to me in the way it looked and the singing. And I really like the relationship between Disa and Prince Durin and King Durin. I really liked the three of them together. I thought that was really cool. And I was watching all day the Lord of the Ring initial trilogy, and to see Elrond now as this, you know, in the movies, to see him as the king, and then to see this younger version who looks nothing like him, which they could have done a better job now. They could have got somebody who remotely looks like the dude.
He ain't been to the war yet. Come on, cut him a break. He's going to age a lot, I expect.
Yeah.
Man, that forehead is like so different. Come on now.
I gotta tell you, Hugo Weaving's going every time.
But that's just a little silly thing. But I really like the friendship between Elrond and Galadriel. And I really like that Sauron is so tricky and so deceptive, and he never actually comes out with the lie. He just lets them believe whatever they want to believe. And that's the worst manipulator. So it's interesting, but I did like seeing him transform from that blob to that lady, because it was like, oh, that's just gross. And to see the crown, which I didn't realize then became the top of the Two Towers, when you saw the Two Towers movie, was shaped like that black crown of Sauron's. So that was pretty cool. So it's held my interest. They better not do nothing else to that Black Queen. She better get her sight, and she better then proceed to beat up everybody.
Ooh.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be mad if
Ooh.
anybody else lays hands on my girl. So
I read the books. Ooh. Okay,
oh, no.
You're
stay
gonna be
hopeful.
disappointed, Pam.
Stay hopeful.
Oh, no.
It's like watching Game of Thrones and knowing the Red Wedding is coming up. I'm like,
And
everybody's
see,
like, oh
I
my
didn't
God.
know anything about
And I'm like,
it.
yeah, I
And
saw
so-
that was coming. I'm like, wow, they did it right too. They killed
Oh
everybody.
my God, I don't want her to die. Oh no.
I think we got our first spoiler of this Lord of the Rings season
no.
here.
Well,
The books have been
I'll
out for
see.
60 years. I don't tell y'all.
Yeah, David, what did you think?
Well, I got to tell you, get the rings of power on. I put every ring on I could find. I don't have my Green Lantern ring here. I got a Green Lantern ring around here somewhere. I am trying so hard. I've rewatched the Lord of the Rings movies, and I've tried so hard. And I got to tell you, it puts me to sleep so easy.
Come on.
I just curled up in a little ball. It was better than any kind of professional pharmaceutical enhancement I could get for an afternoon nap.
Goodness.
I could not. The next thing I know, I'm like, what's... And I remember it was like, wow, I just can't get into this. I couldn't get into season 1. I think they lost me. There was like that winding water. The stick was in the water in season 1, and they're giving me all this background. And I'm a sci-fi, I'm a nerd extraordinaire. I mean, this is my world. I can't get into this stuff. I heard you. I couldn't.
Read the books.
I'm having the
Read the
hardest
books.
time. Maybe I can get into it next week. I think we're going to keep watching this, right?
Yeah. We'll be doing a weekly kind of roundup.
All right.
each week
I'm
on it.
getting a lot of caffeine. I'm going to get like a little
Oh,
lighter,
my
just kind of like
goodness.
light my hand. Wake up.
Ah.
I got to stay awake because I am man, I slept so good as
Oh,
that started.
Melatonin ain't got
That's
nothing
no,
on
that's
Lord
no
of the Rings.
criticism of your all's opinion of the show, but oh brother, it was hard. It was hardcore for me on this one. It was
My wife is right there with you, David. She thinks it's better than melatonin, and I don't think she ever had Ambien, but I think she'd be close to that. She's like, oh, good, sleeping TV's on. She just crashed it out.
Oh man.
My goodness, you two. All right.
That's just her. It's not me. It's not me. You too.
Moving on, we will join up again with the kookiest neighbors in New York, with only murders in the building, Hollywood.
Only hours ago, we solved his murder and closed the curtain on not one, but 2 criminal Broadway producers.
So what's next podcast-wise?
What we need is a hot, fresh, dead body, preferably right here or very near to here.
I just got an email. A Hollywood studio wants to make a movie of our podcast.
This script is amazing.
Guys,
we're going to Hollywood.
We have a fabulous cast.
I'm Eugene Levy.
I'm Eva Longoria.
Are you the little boy from Home Alone? What have they done to you?
We thought it'd be a good idea if we do character study.
My God. Saz?
There's been another murder.
Yay!
I can help you now.
There's a killer out there. You need to focus.
We'll take it from here.
Oh yeah, you think you got this?
We're not children. And can you open this snack? My assistant's not here.
David, what did you think of Only Murders in the Building?
I absolutely loved it. I love the 3 of them together. Some of the best chemistry on TV. It was exciting. They went a little bit more meta this time, as you know, with the movie going. They were doing the play, and now they've got a movie with of their podcast. It is just fantastic. I miss this so much, and I'm having a ball with this show back. It is just it's just a fantastic show. So I'm fired up to be back with the gang here. And also, just as a quick factoid note, This building is statistically the most dangerous place in fictional stories. It's worse than Cabot Cove, Maine, which had a higher murder rate than Chicago during the Roaring '20s. Don't live in this freaking building, guys, because, I mean, your number is cooked.
Yeah, but if it's rent controlled, I wouldn't move out. I don't know. This season, this episode didn't jazz me as much. I don't know what it was. I just was kind of like, eh. And then I was kind of mad because I really loved Saz and her character. I thought she was just a hilarious kind of foil for Charles. And it was just funny when she came on. And so the thought of her being murdered, she's the character that's murdered. I didn't like that. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just was just kind of upset it was her. And I want to see now who's the jerk who murdered my friend.
Well, and clearly with her outfit, I mean, we're going to be seeing they were trying to kill Steve Martin.
Yeah.
So there's that whole side of this. Oh, and the other piece here that was really, that I loved, and I can't wait to see what we do more with this, is the working cadaver dog. My old dog was a retired guide dog. Looked just like him, a big golden lab.
Yep.
So that was melting my heart from the get-go. And I was
and
just...
what a cute name, Gravy. Every time I hear somebody with a cute food name for a dog, I'm like, nuts. I wish I would have thought of that. But and the guest stars this year, I mean, they've clearly, everybody wants to be on this show. I was kind of surprised by Zach Galifianakis. But I thought what's his name? Martin Short's back and forth with him was hilarious. I just that was super funny.
Yeah, they got equal levels of ridiculousness there going, you know.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, even Longoria? I kind of would have expected maybe American Ferrera, but I was just kind of like, that's funny too, to have somebody who might be old enough to be Selena Gomez's mother.
Well, probably is. Probably
I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is old enough.
It's like, oh, okay, this is that's funny. But if you notice, there are a lot of Saturday Night Live veterans in this season and SCTV veterans in this season. So I thought that was kind of cool too. Pat, what'd you think?
Oh, the thing is that I'm excited about is that they just have such a great guest cast. I mean, we've seen the back and forth between the three of them already. They've got their own little shticks. They've got their own little twitches and whatever. But now we got all these really good supporting cast. I mean, they always have good supporting cast, but man, they got a lot of it. Got Molly Shannon, obviously the Zach Galifianakis. I would just wait. I mean, because he's just so ridiculous in everything he's in. And then you get Eugene Levy, who's wonderful. You saw Meryl Streep show back up. I mean, this is like who's who in Hollywood type of thing. Getting into the show, they're pulling him because it's so good, or they're wanting to be on there, like you said, Pam, where everybody's just trying to be part of this, and it's really good. First episode, a little slow. I understand they're trying to make it go, and they're trying to maybe almost feel like a little bit different feel for the Selena Gomez character, because she's really just kind of a wet blanket throughout the first episode. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I mean, I'm going to watch it because I know what they can do. And even if the first episode wasn't the best and it was a slow start, I understand that they're laying the groundwork for the good stuff coming up.
Yeah. Pat, you went
We've
mute
lost
for
Pat.
a minute. Okay. Can you say that again? You went out for a sec.
I was just saying that, I'm willing to put up with like a little bit of a slow episode because they've done such a good job. We know they got good chemistry. They got good writing. They'll make a good story. I'm not worried about it. They're building a good foundation. They're building a foundation. The pretty walls will be up on top of that foundation. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. Let's hope so. But we'll definitely check it out because why not? It's what we do.
What we do. We're contractually obligated to be here under our name, image, and likeness contracts.
But we will watch next week. What will we watch next week?
Well, this, right? Murders in the Building?
Fight Night. With Kevin Hart, Samuel Jackson in the heist flick, and Lord of the Rings. And so it ought to be a really interesting. I've been looking forward to the review. To the trailer seems really good on Fight Night. So everybody's in the 70s, like kind of like the Pimp's Ball or something. So I can't wait to see what is going to happen. It's hard to believe that it's already September. And so fall is here, people. And it's almost our anniversary too. So we will have fun. But we need you to help us to have fun. So watch Pajama Life. David, say goodnight to the people.
Everybody have a great week. Enjoy the remainder of Labor Day weekend as hopefully you're off on Monday. And have some fun before it gets too cold to be outside.
Patrick, say goodbye to the people.
Well, I would echo what David said about having fun this weekend, but also remember what Labor Day is really about. It's about the labor movement, which is coming back. And if you want better money and better benefits, join a union like I have.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.